You think moving in together is supposed to be the happiest time of your life? Think again. In this story, a widower discovers his fiancée's disturbing X-box, filled with more than just photos. We're talking intimate trash from past flings. But when he confronts her, the argument takes a twisted turn as she compares his late wife to her college hookups. Watch to see how a simple discovery ended an engagement in record time. It was supposed to be the best day ever. Seriously, moving in with the person you want to marry is a big deal. It's like the start of a whole new life. I was sweating like crazy, lifting boxes, and trying not to drop anything important, but I didn't even care because I was so happy. Sarah was in the kitchen unpacking plates or something, and I was in the bedroom, trying to figure out where to put all our junk. We had been dating for 2 years, and I put a ring on her finger because she made me feel normal again. After everything I went through before, feeling normal was a huge deal. I was clearing out the closet, making space for her clothes because, let's be real, she has way more clothes than I do. That's when I saw it. It was just a regular plastic bin, the kind you buy at the store for $5. It was shoved way in the back under some old blankets. I didn't think much of it at first. I thought it was maybe holiday stuff or just random junk she forgot about. I pulled it out because I needed the space for my shoes. The lid wasn't even snapped shut all the way. I'm not a snooper, okay? I swear. But when the lid is half off and you're moving stuff, you look. Inside, it looked like a trash can, not like actual garbage, but just random paper and little objects. I saw some photos first. I picked one up. It was Sarah looking a bit younger, standing on a beach with some guy. He had his arm around her and they were laughing. I felt a weird poke in my stomach, just a little one. Everyone has a past, right? I have a past. A big, sad past, so I get it. But then I saw another photo. Different guy. They were at a party holding red cups. Then another one, a guy with long hair this time. It was like a timeline of everyone she ever dated. I sat down on the edge of the bed. I probably should have just put the lid back on and shoved it back in the dark. But I couldn't stop looking. There were letters. Handwritten notes on notebook paper. Some were on napkins. I read a couple of lines. I miss you. Can't wait to see you. Stuff like that. It was weird seeing her name written in handwriting that wasn't mine. It made me feel like I was intruding, but also like I was seeing a part of her I didn't know existed. She never really talked about these guys. Then it got worse, way worse. I moved a stack of photos and saw stuff, not just paper. There were movie ticket stubs, which is fine, I guess, but then there were other things. Dried flowers that were falling apart, a t-shirt that definitely wasn't hers and wasn't mine. It smelled old and dusty. And then at the bottom, there were things that made me feel sick. Personal things. Like intimate things. I don't want to get too gross, but let's just say there were wrappers. Empty ones. And some other small items that people usually use when they are alone together in a bedroom. I stared at the box. My brain couldn't really process it. Why would you keep this? I mean, keeping a photo or a letter, maybe I understand that. But the other stuff? It felt like she was building a museum for her ex-boyfriends. A shrine. It was creepy. It wasn't just memories. It was like she was holding on to them for real. I felt my face getting hot. I wasn't just confused anymore, I was starting to get mad. It felt disrespectful. We are about to get married. We are starting a life. And she has a box full of evidence of her sleeping with other guys sitting right here in our closet. Hey babe, where do you want the blender? Sarah's voice came from the hallway. She sounded so happy. I didn't answer right away. I couldn't, I just stared at the plastic bin. She walked into the bedroom a second later. Did you hear me? I said. She stopped. She saw me sitting on the bed. She saw the box open in front of me. The room got super quiet. The only sound was the air conditioner humming. What are you doing? She asked. Her voice wasn't happy anymore. It was sharp. I was making room for your shoes, I said. My voice sounded flat. I found this. She walked over quickly, like she was going to snatch it away, but she stopped just before she touched it. That's private, she said. It was in the closet, I said. The lid was off. You shouldn't be digging through my stuff, she said, crossing her arms. She looked defensive. Not sorry, defensive. I wasn't digging. I told you I was moving things. I pointed at the box. Sarah, what is this? I see photos of like 5 different guys in here, and other stuff. She rolled her eyes, actually rolled them. It's my ex-box, it's just keepsakes, everyone has one. Everyone? I asked. I don't have one. Well, you're different, she said. But most girls keep stuff. It's memories. It's part of who I am. Those relationships helped make me the person you love today. You should be grateful for them. I stood up. Grateful? Sarah, there are empty wrappers in here. There is a t-shirt that smells like someone else's cologne. Why would you keep that? It's weird. It's not weird, she yelled. It's sentimental. That shirt belonged to Mark. He was my first real love. And the tickets are from when Jason and I saw our first movie. It's just memories, Jake. Don't be so insecure. Insecure? I laughed, but it wasn't a funny laugh. I'm not insecure about your past. I know you dated people. I dated people too, but I don't keep a box of trash from them in our bedroom. It feels like you're not letting go. I have let go, she insisted. I'm with you, we are getting married, this is just stuff. It stays in the box. It's not like I take it out and worship it. It just sits there. Why does it bother you so much? Because it's disrespectful to me, I said. I don't want to think about you with Mark or Jason or whoever when I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't want their old junk in our house. It makes me feel like I'm just the next guy in the line, and eventually, I'll just be a photo in the box too. She looked at me like I was crazy. That is ridiculous. You are being so dramatic, it's just a box. It doesn't mean anything. If it doesn't mean anything, then throw it away, I said. I felt like this was a fair test. If it's just trash, treat it like trash. She gasped. No, I am not throwing it away. These are my memories. You can't ask me to erase my past. I'm not asking you to erase it, I said, trying to keep my voice calm. I'm asking you to get rid of the physical objects, the gross stuff. The photos, you have the memories in your head. Why do you need the wrappers? You just don't get it, she said, shaking her head. You are being controlling. You can't tell me what to keep and what to throw away. I'm not trying to control you, I said. I'm telling you how I feel. It hurts my feelings. It makes me uncomfortable. If you care about me, you should care that this upsets me. She sat down on the bed next to the box and put the lid back on. She pressed it down hard, like she was sealing it shut forever. I am not throwing it out. End of discussion. You need to get over it. I couldn't believe it. She was picking the box over my feelings. She was picking dead relationships over our living one. I walked out of the room. I needed air. I went to the kitchen and stood there, staring at the boxes of plates. I felt sick. Was I being crazy? Was I being insecure? I tried to think about it from her side. Maybe it is hard to let go of things. But the wrappers, come on. I stayed in the kitchen for a long time. Eventually, Sarah came out. She looked calmer. She walked over to me and put her hand on my arm. Look, she said softly. I'm sorry I yelled, but you really hurt me. You were acting like my memories are garbage. Some of them are literally garbage, I mumbled. Jake, she warned. Listen, I know this is hard for you, but you have to understand, I have a past. You have a past too, a huge past. I stiffened. I knew where this was going. I hoped she wouldn't say it, but I knew she would. You have Emily, she said. The name hit me like a punch in the chest. Emily, my wife, my late wife. She died 4 years ago. It was a car accident. One day she was there and the next day she wasn't. It destroyed me. It took me years to put myself back together. I still have photos of her. I still have our wedding album. I still talk to her parents. But that is different. She didn't break up with me. She died. Don't, I said. Do not bring Emily into this. Why not? Sarah asked. She crossed her arms again. It's the same thing. You have pictures of her all over the house. You have her books on the shelf. You even have that blanket she made. You kept all of that. Why is it okay for you to keep stuff from your ex, but not okay for me? She is not my ex, I said, my voice shaking. She is my late wife. She died, Sarah. We didn't break up because we hated each other. We were ripped apart. It is not the same thing at all. It is the same thing to me, Sarah said. Her voice was cold now. She is a woman you were with before me. You have memories with her. You have items that remind you of her. And I have to look at them every day. I have to live in a house with a ghost, but I never complained. I never asked you to throw her stuff away. Because I respect your past. Why can't you respect mine? Because your past is a bunch of guys you dated, I shouted. I couldn't help it. My past is a marriage that ended in a tragedy. You keeping a condom wrapper from a fling is not the same as me keeping a photo of my dead wife. It's not just a wrapper, she screamed back. It's my life, and if we are going to talk about fairness, then let's talk about fairness. If you want me to throw away my Xbox, then you need to get rid of Emily's stuff. The room went silent again. I looked at her. I really looked at her. She looked serious. She was standing there with her hands on her hips, waiting for me to agree. She thought she had made a great point. She thought she had won the argument. "You want me to throw away Emily's things?" I asked quietly. "It's only fair," she said. "If I have to erase my past, you have to erase yours. We start fresh. No exes, no ghosts, just us. If you can't do that, then you are a hypocrite." I felt something break inside me. It wasn't my heart. My heart had been broken before, so I knew what that felt like. This was different. This was like a switch flipping off. I looked at Sarah, and I didn't see the woman I wanted to marry anymore. I saw a stranger. A cruel, selfish stranger who didn't understand me at all. "You are serious," I said. "You are actually comparing my dead wife to your old boyfriend's." "I am comparing our baggage," she said. "And yours is way heavier than mine, so if anyone should be throwing stuff out, it's you." I took a deep breath. I looked around the apartment. We had just signed the lease. We had just moved all our stuff in. The boxes were everywhere. It was a mess. But suddenly, the mess didn't matter. "Okay," I said. "Okay," she asked, looking surprised. "You'll do it." "No," I said. "I mean okay, I understand who you are now." I walked past her, back into the bedroom. I grabbed my car keys from the dresser. "Where are you going?" she asked, following me. "We aren't done unpacking." "I am," I said. "I'm done." "What does that mean?" She sounded scared now. "It means I'm not throwing away Emily's things," I said. "And I'm not going to live with someone who thinks that her hookups are the same as my marriage. We're done, Sarah." She laughed nervously. "Jake, stop. You're being crazy. You can't break up with me over a box. We are engaged." "Not anymore," I said. I took the ring off her finger. I didn't snatch it. I just reached out, and she was so shocked she let me take it. I put it on the dresser next to the Xbox. "You keep the box. You keep the memories. You can add this ring to the collection. It fits right in." I walked out of the apartment. I didn't take any boxes. I didn't take my clothes. I just got in my car and drove. I drove to my friend Mike's house. I didn't cry. I was too angry to cry, and too shocked. I stayed at Mike's place that night. He was cool about it. He didn't ask too many questions, just gave me a beer and let me sleep on his couch. I turned off my phone because Sarah was blowing it up. Text after text, call after call. I didn't want to hear it. The next morning, I woke up with a stiff neck and a headache. I turned my phone on. 57 messages. "Jake, please come back. You are overreacting." "I'm sorry, okay? I'll hide the box better." "You can't just leave me like this. This is abusive. I love you, please." I read them all, but I didn't feel anything. I just felt tired. I texted her back one time. "I will come by later with Mike to get my stuff. Please be gone." She didn't reply to that one. When Mike and I got to the apartment, she was there. Of course she was. She was sitting on the floor in the living room, crying. The Xbox was in front of her. It was closed. "Jake," she sobbed when I walked in. "Please, let's talk." Mike stayed by the door, looking awkward. I walked over to the boxes of my stuff. I started taping them shut. "There is nothing to talk about," I said. "I'll throw it away," she yelled. She grabbed the box and threw it across the room. It hit the wall and burst open. Photos and papers flew everywhere. The condom wrappers scattered on the floor. It was pathetic. "Look, I don't care about it. I only care about you." I looked at the mess on the floor. It was too late. It wasn't about the box anymore. It was about what she said. It was about how she viewed Emily. You can't unsay that stuff. You can't unring a bell. "It's not about the box, Sarah," I said, lifting a heavy box of books. "It's about you. It's about how you think. You equated my dead wife to your ex-boyfriend's. You tried to leverage her memory to win an argument. I can't be with someone like that." "I was just mad," she cried. "I didn't mean it." "You meant it," I said. "You've probably been thinking it for a long time. You just finally said it." I carried the box out to Mike's truck. We made 5 trips. She cried the whole time. She begged. She screamed. She told me I was making a huge mistake. She told me I would never find anyone who loved me as much as she did. Maybe she was right. Maybe I would be alone forever. But honestly, being alone felt safer than being with her. When we were done, I took one last look at the apartment. It looked so empty again, just her boxes left, and the trash on the floor. "Goodbye, Sarah," I said. She didn't answer. She just buried her face in her hands. I closed the door and walked away. I felt heavy, but I also felt light. It's hard to explain. It was like I had just dodged a bullet. A really big, emotional bullet. I moved back into my old place. It was dusty and quiet, but it was mine. I put Emily's picture back on the nightstand. I looked at her face. She was smiling. I missed her so much. But for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel guilty about missing her. I realized that honoring her memory wasn't a flaw. It was a part of me. And if someone couldn't handle that, then they weren't the one for me. It's been a few weeks now. Sarah still tries to contact me sometimes. She sends long emails